Hey, this is for the parents that are open to all religions, or what I like to call mythology curious. The Vikings, or any in the Norse faith, believed that the soul was divided into 4 parts. Let's go over each of them as we set intentions for the new year. And I know people say this a lot, but the 4th one will actually surprise you. And as always, I'm Dylan with Unfound Adventures. We help parents connect deeper with their kids through the power of imagination and creativity. Do us a favor, like, follow, send this to someone that you know. As the co-creator of a fantasy world and interactive comics to help young kids get lost in by following stories, mythology plays a huge role in helping us shape what our world looks like. And when I say myth and mythology, I do not mean what most people do when they say the word. To quote Alan Watts, myth is just an abstract image in which man makes sense of the world. There have been stories throughout time that are created to help us understand ourselves deeper. So let's take a look at one, because this same Viking framework and mythology could help you understand yourself and your kids deeper. The first part of a Viking soul is form, or hammer. And before you take this literally of your form representing that of being skinny or muscular or strong, the Vikings didn't fully see form the way we do. They believed our outside form would shapeshift and change for what the outside world needed to see us as. So you could get creative here. Your hammer could be unfazable, or bright, or vibrant, or stoic. What do you want the outside world to see you as? The second part of a Viking soul represents the mind, or what they would call hugr. Rather than how the outside world sees you, hugr represents what you have in your mind that you want to project into the world. Things like creativity, imagination, adaptability, intellect, cunning, insight. They believed our mind had the power to project into the outside world. So what would your hugr be? The third part of a Viking soul was direction, or what they called fylgja. Similar to the Native American tribes here in the Americas, the Norse believed in an animal representation, or a totem, that walked in front of you, guiding your direction. Back then it was a bit more simple. They believed those born into a noble house would have a fylgja of a bear. Those that were more ravenous or mischievous might have a fylgja of a wolf. Those that are more gluttonous has a fylgja of a pig. And with all honor to the Norse way of life, this is where we can be creative. What would yours be, even if it's fictitious, like what we do in the Tales of Bestunia, having callings that represent our path in life? What would your fylgja be? And finally, the 4th part of a Viking soul is luck, or what they called hamingja, and I might have spelled that wrong. Where a fylgja is your animal totem that walks in front of you and it passes when you pass, your hamingja watches over you, and it's typically personified in human form, and it stays there when you are gone. The Norse believed it either passes to your next life or to your descendants. In modern terms, this is your guardian angel, and it gives me confidence in making my decisions, knowing that I have a powerful entity watching over me. And you might just call that luck. We can get very creative here when you ask yourself or your kid, what would your hamingja look like and what would it represent? Have fun with these 4 parts of a Viking soul, with your kids, with yourself. Let me know what yours would be or look like in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Like, follow, share.